All right, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to move on to what I'm going to call a hard, or a level hard. And don't worry, if you look at the next page, we get to, well, we don't even get hard plus. It just gets too crazy. But we're going to be taking a look at what I'm going to call hard. And there's a few examples in there. And you may notice here, the difference that we have is that this is a trinomial and a binomial. It's not just two binomials anymore. So that kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into it and makes it a bit of a different case. So how I would solve this one here, now there's two different ways to do it. We could do FOIL, and I'm just going to show you FOIL really quickly without actually doing the work. It would be taking this term and multiplying it here, and then taking this term and multiplying it there, and then doing this term and multiplying it to each as well. And so that's really all it is. Now, if that doesn't kind of work, again, with FOIL, we can always use a grid method. And for that, I'm going to use a 3x2 grid, okay, as shown there earlier, or in a previous lesson there. It all depends on how many terms we have in each. And so there are 3 terms in one and 2 in the other, so we do 3 and 2. Order doesn't matter. If you want to do a 3 down and 2 across, you can do that as well. It'll give you the exact same answer. So that's important that we understand that. Now, when we're multiplying, I have a little kind of blurb here, and if you want to read that in your notes, you can. I'm going to go through that just by doing it right here. Our first one here is c times c squared. Okay, and c times c squared is the same as c times, and then c squared is just c times c. Now, c times c times c is just the same as c cubed. Okay, and all we're doing now is we're just adding our exponents together to come up with our answer if we're multiplying letters together. Okay, c times 5c, the 5 is going to stay the same, and then c and c, there's one of each, so that becomes c squared, and this is negative 6c. On this side here, we have negative 4 and c squared, so that just becomes negative 4c squared. We have negative 4 times 5c, so that's negative 20c, and negative 4 times negative 6 is 24. Okay, so that's how we multiply them all together and coming up with those terms. Now, instead of having to write them all out and then find like terms, we can find like terms in here. And sometimes, if they are in the same order, we might have them kind of across from each other right there. Okay, and so that kind of gives us a chance to see our like terms. And then we can put them together. So c cubed is our first one. And then we have negative 4 and positive 5. 5 minus 4 is just 1. So this is just 1c squared. Okay, the variables are going to stay exactly the same. It's just the number that's going to change. Negative 20 and negative 6. Okay, there's lots of negatives, so we put them together. So negative 26c, again, the variable stays the same. It's just the number that's changing. And then we add 24 on there. Now you'll notice no like terms, c cubed, c squared, c, and constant. And so there is, that's the way that we would order that right there.